Even though there are laws in place to prevent discrimination in the workplace, inequality still very much exists and is experienced by countless individuals. Inequality based upon gender, age, race, and religion are common forms of discrimination that prevent different groups of people from receiving fair opportunities. While most may expect to know who the victims of inequality are, when examining the issue, we have seen that it touches all kinds of people.
When thinking about the workplace, most people would believe that women are the victims of inequality. Women typically receive lesser pay for completing the same jobs and have a harder time advancing their careers. Many women in the business world are scared of becoming pregnant in fear of halting their growth and progress within a company. While these issues are widely known and discussed, men too experience inequality. Men often do not receive the same amount of leave time due to births and may not have as flexible work schedules. Within my school, I have seen men and women experience inequality. For the upcoming school year, we had openings for a gym teacher position and a 4th grade teacher. Our principal made it known that he wanted males for those positions so that they could extend their influence on the older boys in our school who need more male guidance. Both positions were filled by men. In contrast, only females are found teaching in the 16 kindergarten through 2nd grade positions, and it has consistently been this way for many years. The men are only hired for positions dealing with older children. Is this because it is assumed men do not have a nurturing nature?
Discrimination based upon age is another area where inequality is often seen. Ageism is stereotyping and discriminating against individuals or groups on the basis of their age, and it is seen when talking about both elderly and youthful employees. This discrimination is based on the assumption that because of a person's age, they do not have what it takes to do a certain job and do it well. Elderly people may be seen as too old to have strong working abilities, and young people as too carefree or inexperienced. In my school, I have seen inequality on parts of both groups. When hiring, our administrators look for experience, but if you just graduated, your experience is limited. How are you supposed to gain experience if you were denied opportunity? Another example is from a few school years ago when a teacher in her late 50s was hired. She had taught in the earlier years of her life and was looking to begin teaching again. However, she struggled due to the new practices and standards in place that were so different from what she was used to. She was replaced with another teacher from a school within our district. I have also heard veteran teachers discuss the hiring of new teachers. It is more cost-effective for districts to hire 2 novice teachers rather than 1 teacher with over 10 years' experience. When my mentor retired, she noted 2 new teachers could be hired for her pay. If you are willing and capable, what does age matter?
Racial discrimination is nothing new, as it has been in existence for decades. This form of inequality can be found in many workplaces around the world. Minority groups tend to be overlooked for positions, and too often assumptions are made about the work ethic of different races. When I was first hired, there were only 3 teachers in the entire building who were not white. Our student population is very diverse, but our faculty did not portray the same image. In order to encourage and facilitate diversity, the hires in preceding years have been teachers of different racial backgrounds. Within 2 years, we have welcomed 9 new teachers of different races to our school to spread their ideas and influence.
Lack of respect for different religions is a form of inequality. Some examples of this inequality appear to be intentional, while other forms are due to lack of understanding. There have been many different cases where workers face religious discrimination due to the garb they wear or the beliefs and traditions they follow. Others have faced inequality in less intentional ways. I read about a scenario where a luncheon was given, which appeared to be a nice gesture. However, the foods did not take into account the kosher needs of some and the inability to eat meat of others. In my school, we were not given off for Jewish holidays because our student population was not reflective of the Jewish culture. However, our district employs many teachers who are Jewish and celebrate these sacred days. We are now given an additional day off, and teachers have the ability to take off for the other holidays not given on the calendar. A second example of inequality surrounds a substitute teacher we had in our building who was Muslim and wore a headscarf. There were mumblings in the building of who is the woman in the turban, showing the lack of understanding and acceptance that can be shown.
Inequality in the workplace is common, even though there are efforts in place to make it stop. By finding our voice and speaking out against it, we can work to create more equal opportunities for people of all ages.